and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to a very special edition of Chris Black's NJPW Report. I am, of course, your host, the natural Chris Black of the Saturday Night SlamCasters podcast, independent professional wrestler, and everybody's favorite narcissist. Now, the reason why this is a very special show is, number one, I decided to turn on my camera for this one. Decided to do a little something special for you guys because, number two, this is my preview and predictions for the 2021 G1 Climax tournament. This is New Japan's annual round-robin tournament that determines who will challenge for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom. So if you are unfamiliar with this tournament, first of all, where have you been? This is the premier tournament in all of professional wrestling. It is a 20-man tournament that is broken down into 2 blocks, 10 participants in each block. Every participant must wrestle everyone else on their block, earning points, 2 for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. At the end of everyone wrestling each other, they tally up all the points. The winner of block A will face the winner of block B to determine the overall tournament champion. Now, this is my third year watching. This will be my third year watching the G1 Climax tournament. This is what actually got me hooked on New Japan, was watching this tournament in 2019. Last year, I covered the entire tournament from start to finish, just like I'm going to do this year. The tournament will begin on September 18th and run all the way until October 21st. So that's about 19 different shows. So I will be covering 19 nights of action for you guys. Now, before I get into who's in the tournament and break down who I think is going to win, allow me a moment to talk about who's not going to be in the tournament. First of all, no Juice Robinson. I know if you've heard some of my last year review, I said that I am looking forward to the day that Juice Robinson wins this tournament and has his moment at Wrestle Kingdom, but I guess it's not going to happen this year. Number 2, one of my favorites, Jay White, is not going to be there. I understand they're doing some things to build up the NJPW Strong and their shows here in America, and because of travel restrictions, it's going to kind of delay certain people from competing. But Jay White, that one hits pretty hard because he's one of my favorite guys to perform. I really enjoy his work, and he's going to be missed in this tournament. And last but not least, there's going to be no Will Ospreay. When he came back, he announced that he will not be competing in this year's G1. But I kind of feel like it's not really needed because the showdown, the money-making showdown for Wrestle Kingdom this year is going to be Shingo Takagi, the quote-unquote interim champion, facing the real champion, Will Ospreay, in a title unification match. That match has to happen. So I'm looking forward to that. So Will Ospreay, as much as I would love to watch him in this tournament, he's kind of not needed. So, all right, let's get into these blocks. All right. For the A block, we have Kota Ibushi, current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Shingo Takagi, Tetsuya Naito, Toru Yano, Kenta, Tomohiro Ishii, Zack Sabre Jr., Tanga Loa, Yujiro Takahashi. No, that's one of my favorites. And last, the Great O-Kahn. Lots of people to pick from. This is actually going to be a little bit harder to choose a winner in A block than it is to be the B block. I've already got my theory on the B block, and let's cover B block right now. So you have Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Sanada, Hiroki Goto, Jeff Cobb, Tai Chi, Evil, my man Yoshi-Hashi, Chase Owens, and Tama Tonga. All right, like I said, okay, picking a winner in these blocks. Well, actually, before I get to that, let's talk about who's going to be the biggest losers in each of these blocks. So in A block, I really don't even think that you guys need to assume or guess who I'm going to pick. The loser, the biggest loser in the A block is going to be, like he was last year, Yujiro Takahashi. That's right, old Pimp Daddy is going to have the least amount of points. Hell, last year he had what? He won 1 match, lost 8. It is what it is. I think it's going to be a repeat of last year. I don't think Yujiro Takahashi, number one, I don't think he has any business in this tournament anyway, but that's just me. But, you know, somebody's got to make everybody else look good. All right, in the B block, I don't want to sound like I'm copping out here, but it's kind of a tie. It's either going to be Chase Owens or it's going to be my boy Yoshi-Hashi. I'm sorry, as much as I would love Yoshi-Hashi to have a great run this year, he had really good matches last year. He just never picked up any of the points, and like Yujiro Takahashi, he also only won 1 match. However, I don't call him a jobber, but I don't Takahashi, I don't know. There's just something about that guy that I'm just not that into. Yoshi-Hashi had some amazing matches last year that actually he earned my respect. His work ethic is great. All right. I'm going to hold off on the winners for a second. I want to talk about some of the matches that I'm looking forward to in this mixture of the A block and B block. So from the A block, there is 7 matches that I'm really looking forward to seeing. The first one, right off top, Shingo Takagi taking on Tetsuya Naito. That one is going to be LIJ brother versus LIJ brother. So, of course, this is going to be a very interesting match. If I was to pick a winner out of this one, I'd have to give it to Shingo Takagi. I think it's important that although Naito is the leader of LIJ, Takagi is a champ right now, so he needs to win this match. Second match, also involving Shingo versus Kenta. I think this is going to be a very hard-hitting match, and I think Kenta is going to give him a run for his money, but I don't think he's going to win. So Shingo going to pick up another victory. Shingo Takagi versus the Great O-Kahn. Now, I was heavily critical of Great O-Kahn when he first came into the company, but as time went on, he kind of grown on me, and I think he might actually get a victory over Takagi. I know that's a bold prediction, but I really think Great O-Kahn is going to upset Shingo Takagi. He might not, but I think it'd be a good way to put him over. If they're going to put him over like that, now that I'm saying that out loud, probably not. But I'm going to be rooting for him. Next matchup I'm looking forward to, Kota Ibushi versus Kenta. Again, this is going to be another hard striking match. I'd like to go with Ibushi. He's won the last 2 G1 tournaments. Kenta Ibushi. I'm going to have to go with Ibushi. As much as I want to go with Kenta, they got to make it seem as though Ibushi can win for a 3rd time. So he's going to have a really good run during this tournament, but he's not going to win. He may come close, but he's not going to win. And the next match I'm looking forward to, Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. This isn't like I've never seen this matchup before, but I really enjoy these two working together. I totally expect Zack Sabre Jr. to kind of get a victory over Ibushi during this match. I don't really have a really good reason. I just think that Zack's got to get some amazing wins during the tournament, so I think this might be one of them. All right, what else we got? We have the Great O-Kahn versus Tomohiro Ishii. Ooh, talk about Haas versus Haas. Man, this is going to be rough. But I think that the Great O-Kahn is going to be the one who walks away with the 2 points. Ishii, he's going to beat the shit out of him. It's going to be a great match. But like I said, Great O-Kahn is going to walk away with them 2 points. And the last matchup that I'm really looking forward to see is Kenta taking on Zack Sabre Jr. This is actually a toss-up. It could probably go either way. I want Kenta to have a strong run during this tournament, but I'm leaning towards Zack Sabre Jr. in this matchup, although I would not be disappointed if Kenta won. But since I'm going through all of this, let me go ahead and pick the winner right now. Woo! Shockingly, I think Shingo Takagi is going to win the A block. And I'll tell you why. Because I believe that Shingo has been having an amazing year. And I think he needs to come out of this tournament looking really strong. Now, whether or not he goes and wins the whole damn thing, that's another, remains to be seen. But I think that it would be a good booking decision to have Shingo win the whole tournament, pick his own opponent, and he may even just pick Mr. Will Ospreay. Talk about storytelling there. So I really would like Shingo Takagi to win the A block, and I'm going to be rooting for him. All right, now let's get into the B block matches. All right, there's about 6 of them that I'm really looking forward to seeing. First one being Kazuchika Okada taking on Jeff Cobb. Yes, we've seen this 3 times this year, but Jeff Cobb just got the first of the 3 wins of the 3 matches between him and Okada. So will he repeat it? Will he get another victory? I actually think he's gonna beat Okada during the tournament. And I think they're probably going to have a match at Wrestle Kingdom where they have 2 victories each. This is going to be the final blow-off match between these two. These two have had some really good matches. I think Jeff Cobb has Okada's number, but he just hasn't been able to pick up any victories until Wrestle Grand Slam, where he finally got the victory over Okada. Second match I'm looking forward to, Okada versus Evil. Ooh, I don't want to give Okada too many losses, but with Evil having that new, well, it's okay, so it's not a new faction, but I think that he's kind of splintering off of the Bullet Club. So with, man, them being the X Factor, I don't want to see a lot of interference. I don't want to see a lot of cheating during this tournament. I'm gonna have to go with Evil. I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna go with Evil going over Kazuchika Okada, and you'll understand why in a little bit. Next match, Jeff Cobb versus Evil. I think Cobb is actually gonna beat Evil in this one, unless Evil, kicks him in the nuts and then hits the everything is evil and gets the pin. I'm actually gonna go with Evil on that one. Jeff Cobb, I think he's going to have a strong running, but I don't think he's going to win the B block. So having a couple losses to someone like Evil, former champ, I don't think that's going to hurt him. So I'm going to have to go with Evil versus Jeff Cobb. The next one. Now this one's going to be interesting for a whole different reason besides, someone's going to kick someone's ass. No. Chase Owens versus Evil. Now, these guys, on paper, they're both Bullet Club members. However, again, Evil's got that House of Torture kind of splinter group with him, Sho, Yujiro Takahashi, and Dick Togo. So, this might be the end of Evil's time in Bullet Club. I think he beats the shit out of Chase Owens to the point where I think him and his group walks away from Bullet Club. I think that may happen because the eventual showdown, we never got it. They teased it. New Japan loves long-term booking. Evil's got to one day face Jay White. It's gotta happen. And what a way to get that started then. While Jay White is in America, Evil not only beats down a fellow member of the Bullet Club, but he walks away and starts his own faction. I think Bullet Club's too big. I think they do need to break up and splinter off into another group. So I expect Evil to absolutely demolish Chase Owens. And with that, he's probably going to leave Bullet Club, if not during the tournament, shortly afterwards. Mark my words. Jay White versus Evil is going to happen at some point. Next match, Yoshi-Hashi versus Chase Owens. And the only reason why I'm really interested in seeing that is because whoever loses this match is going to be the one with the least amount of wins. And the last match I'm interested in, just because it's going to be a slugfest, Tama Tonga taking on Jeff Cobb. I don't think Ash needs to say anything else. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. I didn't really give the Tongans too much shine so far. Like, I think because they're, tag team specialists, they're going to do okay, but I don't expect them to get a lot of big victories. So I think Jeff Cobb's going to pin Tama Tonga. Yeah. So, here we go. Overall winner of the B block. I'm going to go with Evil. Couple reasons. I think that they're trying to give Evil some sort of push. Matter of fact, I heard, I don't know how true it was, this is the wrestling business. Don't believe anything that you hear and only half of what you see. I really do think that Evil's going to be getting a push because I have heard that Dick Togo was actually pushing for Evil to beat Shingo Takagi at Wrestle Grand Slam, have a very brief period where he held the belt, and then Takagi gets it back, and Gato just wasn't having that. He wants Shingo looking really good, really strong, which I absolutely agree. I think he needs to be champion until him and Real Ospreay finally have their match at Wrestle Kingdom. I think that's going to happen, but in the meantime, I do think since they are going to be giving Evil a bit of a push, because of course if he is going to be feuding with Jay White sometime in the future, he's going to have been built up a lot more. I think they did a very poor job last year. Yes, he had a title run, but it was a very short title run, and he's been kind of falling off ever since then. So I think this will give new life into Evil. So I'm actually going to pick Evil to win the B block. So in the tournament finals, we're going to have Shingo Takagi taking on Evil. As much as I would like to see Evil get a non-title victory over Shingo, and then they have a rematch again at Wrestle Kingdom, this time for the title. Since the story is Shingo Takagi is bound to face Will Ospreay, I really think that Shingo Takagi's, I think he has a very good chance of just winning the entire tournament. And then when it comes to picking his opponent, he's going to call out Will Ospreay. I think that is the best direction that they can go with this tournament. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want you to leave your predictions in the comment section below. Let me know, who do you think is going to win the A block, who's going to win the B block, and who may win the whole damn tournament when it's all said and done. But that's going to be it for today. I'm just wanted to come by, give you guys a bit of a preview, some predictions thrown in of the G1 Climax tournament that's going down starting on September 18th. I almost said November. I don't know why I did that. September 18th, running until October 21st. Again, this is my favorite time of the year. I feel like it's Christmas come early. I cannot wait. Ooh, it's going to be a lot of early mornings. And I promise you, I don't need to wait until the English commentary. So I will be reviewing them within a day or so after they air. So I'm going to try to do it the same day. But, my schedule is kind of crazy. So I'm not going to make any promises. But I will say that I'm not going to wait, days before I post a review. I think I'm going to owe you guys a little bit more than that. So that's going to be it for this video. That's going to be it for my predictions. Remember, my goal by the end of this tournament, I want to have 100 subscribers. I know I'm starting off small, but I want to build my audience organically. So if I can get 100 new subscribers by the end of the tournament, I'll be one happy man. I love New Japan Pro Wrestling. I am a New Japan head, just like you are. If you're listening to this video, I'm pretty sure you're a big fan of New Japan also. So if you enjoy the product, I hope you enjoy me as I break down and give you all my reviews and reactions to all of the shows. So with that being said, check out the links in my description. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and do not forget to show the Saturday Night SlamCasters some love. Links are also going to be in the description for the podcast hosted by Buzzsprout, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Facebook group. So go ahead, links down below. Go ahead, check them out. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the SlamCasters YouTube channel. We have a bunch of content over there for you. And with that being said, let me go ahead and take it home. Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of Chris Black's NJPW Report, and I will see you after night 1 when I bring my review. Come get slammed.